I'm Jason Gray, and I'm here today with Charlene Busk from the Campbell County Historical Society.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So I know this year marked the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage in the United States, but it was also the 150th anniversary of women's suffrage in Wyoming.
Correct.
So can you tell me a little bit about what the Campbell County Historical Society is doing to celebrate those huge milestones?
Well, we thought it should be the Year of the Women. Our programs this year have all been focusing on women. And we wanted to do something a little extra. And in the past, we made a deck of cards for Campbell County history. So we thought, why not make a deck of cards of deserving women who have had, you know, they've been a big part of the development of Campbell County and Wyoming. So we put out a call to members and to the public to nominate people that they would like to see on the cards. And fortunately, we had one super sponsor who stepped up and made it possible for us to put women on who really deserved. And because there was a cost of production of the cards, so like I said, they sponsored more than half the deck.
Oh.
So that really made it. And then other people stepped up. The Campbell County wool growers and others stepped up and sponsored people.
Oh, wow.
That they thought should be.
So all of the women featured on the cards and in the book were nominated by members of Campbell County, or
citizens of Campbell County, family members, businesses, whatever. So, or the names that you've heard. Whenever you've lived in Campbell County for any length of time, you've heard of these women.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. So do you have a favorite entry in the book or a favorite anecdote about a specific woman leader in our community?
Well, you know, there's a couple that come to mind. In the book, the women, and we have some from the 1800s,
Mm-hmm.
some contemporaries. Of course, Louise Carter King, she is in there, and her mother. So she's one of two generational women.
Mm-hmm.
The other was Catherine Parks and her daughter, Jan Parks Evans.
Okay.
So, you know, it kind of shows that it runs in families a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Kate Shaughnessy, they came here in 1901 from Tecumseh, Nebraska. Her husband got a job working for the railroad laying track, and he eventually moved on, was given a job, and moved to what is now Rosette. Well, there really wasn't a Rosette per se at the time, and his wife took up the mantle of being the first postmistress, getting a school in Rosette. She even had used the top floor of their house as the schoolhouse. She acquired a teacher to come teach in Rosette. So these are the kind of women. The first woman county commissioner, the first city councilwoman, ladies appointed to statewide offices, commissions, things like that. They really held their own. They made their own. They worked in the county courthouse here. They worked diligently. But a lot of them were ranchers also. And a lot of them, several of them were widows, and they had to carry on the ranch. It really cuts the whole gamut of settling in Campbell County.
Mm-hmm. It really shows the quality and
versatility of the women.
Versatility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and all that's sort of partially down to them having the right to vote here in Campbell County.
Well, and not only the right to vote, but they were seen as a real person.
Mm-hmm.
They had their property. You know, when you're out there working, you have to do everything that's done.
Yeah.
And they were seen as equals. And so that's good for the equality state.
Mm-hmm.
We need to stick with that.
So really an impressive collection, and we have 55 across all the cards here. There's, I think, one card where they're doubled up.
Right, there's one card with the Hepner sisters on it, and they were sister school teachers, and so they were put together on one card. That's how we get the 55.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep, 52 cards and 2 jokers.
And 2 jokers and the Hepner sisters.
Yep.
And they are real playing cards. They're standard size. They're great for the families and any family, just to learn some history of Campbell County, but then also, if their family was involved in it, a little of the genealogy, and maybe something the grandkids or great-grandkids didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And everywhere I go, I keep hearing more stories about these women. There's one, and if you were in Gillette any time at all, her name was Beulah Underwood. Beulah always had her standard coat on and her pocketbook. I'm sure it wasn't a purse. I'm sure it was probably a pocketbook. And she always had her juicy fruit gum. Except I did hear one story where the city was, and she walked everywhere. And the city was doing some work on some water lines or something. And the gentleman went back in the morning to bury the water lines they had been working on. And from his machine, he saw something down in the hole. Well, here it was, Beulah Underwood waving her handkerchief. She had fallen in the hole and had spent all night in the ditch.
Oh,
and he almost buried her.
Oh my gosh.
So, but just stories, and like I said, I keep picking up more anecdotes as you visit with people, and it helps them to talk about their families and their past.
Yeah, it's really an amazing collection of stories and really a neat book. So if somebody's interested in getting a copy of either the deck of cards or the book or both, they just get a hold of you at the Historical Society, or?
Okay, they are sold as a set.
As a set.
You get both, the cards and the book, and they are $15 for the set,
Okay.
and they are at the Rockpile Museum.
Okay.
And if you need large quantities or something, I can be contacted, and the Rockpile will put you in contact with me
Okay.
if I'm not there at the time. Okay, the Campbell County Historical Society is a chapter of the Wyoming State Historical Society. The Campbell County chapter was created in 1953, and that was the same time the Wyoming State Historical Society was founded. We participate as a chapter. We are a 501c3, and we work to educate and have programs and information that will help people understand Wyoming history and become involved with it. In the springtime, we have a trek where a lot of times you go and people gather from statewide to a different area, and you get to see a lot of things you normally don't get access to. And then in the fall, we have our annual meeting, which we conduct our business, and we have an awards program for people who are involved, whether they're writing books, doing different projects, preservation, and such.
Okay. So if somebody wants more information or to become a member of the Historical Society, where do they go, or who do they contact?
Well, I'm in the phone book, which is hard to say because most people don't use that anymore. But I try to keep membership forms down at the Rockpile Museum.
Okay.
And so we work really close with them. And we have a lot of our programs at the Rockpile Museum. And Robert is very helpful with us getting information and putting on our programs.
All right, perfect. Was there anything else you'd like to share about?
Well, we hope we can get these out. They make great stocking stuffers or a birthday gift, or maybe somebody who's moved away from Campbell County that you'd like to give them a little refresher on our history. Our Historical Society programs. We try to have them the last Tuesday of every month, and we kind of alternate sometimes between the museum and the library, but you can always check and with the facilities, and they'll let you know. The programs are free. Anybody is welcome to come. So.
Okay.
All righty.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
As part of their celebration of the 150th anniversary of women's suffrage in Wyoming, the Campbell County Historical Society hosted a banquet honoring some of the women featured in the deck of cards, and we took the opportunity to ask them some questions.
When I first saw that they were starting to put it together, I thought this was really an opportunity to recognize women who maybe never had been recognized, but were a vital part of what happened in Campbell County.
Oh, I feel very humbled. I mean, I think there's some amazing women at this table and who have certainly come before me in Campbell County, and to be included is it's really nice.
I can't describe it. I have goosebumps and close to tears too.
I was contacted by Mary Kelly. She'd indicated that someone had nominated me to be part of this, and I was really excited and humbled. What a great honor.
I never considered myself to be a leader. I was always a worker.
I think it's amazing. Very, very thoughtful, and I appreciate it so much.